Hey everyone, how's life going? I'm here asking you that question. Do you love yourself enough to take your next steps? And I'm talking about taking steps to living your best life, to live your dreams, to go for what you want. Life isn't meant to just go to work and survive and clean the house and all those good things. Life is meant to be lived. Are you living, like really living? So, what I want to know is if you could do anything. Some of you might be saying you're happy, and some might be saying life sucks, but wherever you are in life, are you doing in life what you totally would do if you had the money to do whatever you wanted to do? And I want to bet most of you will say no. If you had all the money you needed, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing right now. And if that is you, then I want to talk to you about what you're willing to do to change that. This is my work, and a lot of people come to me for mentoring and guidance on how to get from where they are to where they want to be. And I really admire those people that really decide that enough is enough and I'm going for what I want, because you can absolutely have whatever you want. You absolutely can. And it doesn't mean that you have to have all this money in the bank first or this or that. You know what it comes down to? I'm just going to tell you. It's about figuring out what is your purpose for being here, because everybody came to this planet for a purpose. It wasn't just to come here and live whatever life. You have a higher purpose for being here, and you have a passion. And it's about finding out what those things are and then being them every day naturally and doing what you love and being able to live, survive, pay your bills, whatever it is, doing what you love. That is living. Like, my work. My work is my life. And when you're doing your purpose and your passion, it's not like it's working. It's just like it's part of your life, and that's what you do. And you reach people the way you prefer to reach people, and you go wherever you go. And everywhere I go, I'm working. Whether it's going to the supermarket or going to yoga or walking on the beach or taking a group to Egypt or writing a blog post or making one of these YouTube videos, I'm working. And sometimes it's about just taking a rest. That's working. Because coming here and being authentically you is what you came here to be. And you can be supported. You can find ways to bring in, multiple streams of income and living the way you want to live. It's just a matter of when are you going to make that a priority? And, if you don't know how to do that, if you don't know what your passion is, if you don't know how you could possibly do it or what your purpose is, you seek people out to help you do that if it's important to you. And you just make it happen. So, I want to ask you, how is your life going? If you looked at your life right now, just like step out of your life and look at your life as if it's on a TV screen and you're looking at it from the outside. How is it going today? How is your life going today? And whether it's great or it's lousy, all I want you to do right now is just slow down your world. Like, just close your eyes and take a deep breath and say, you know what? I'm going to slow down my world right now. I'm just going to stop my world right now. I'm stopping my world right now. I'm just stopping it. And then just feel that, like, yes, you can stop your world. We get so busy that the more we speed up, the more the world starts speeding up too. So It's all in our hands. So stop the world. And then I want you to just embrace your life right now, just as it is. It's perfect. Whether you think it's perfect or not, it is perfect. And just say, you know what? I'm just going to embrace my life right now. I'm going to accept it how it is right this second. And it's okay. It's okay. I can keep going. I can embrace this life and keep going. And then I want you to just stop and think about it. I want you to ask yourself, if I loved myself, if I truly loved myself right this moment, what would I do right now? If I truly loved myself right in this moment, what would I do right now, right this minute? And whatever comes to your head first, don't change it. Just whatever it is, it might make sense. It might seem weird. It might not make sense. Just accept whatever came to your head. And then just, again, closing your eyes and taking that deep breath and stopping the world and embracing your life. I want you to go deep in your heart. Just feel yourself going really deep in your heart and say, if I truly followed my heart, if I was really honest and I followed my heart right now, what would I do? If I was truly honest and followed my heart right now, what would I do? Right now, what would I do right now if I followed my heart? And whatever came first, that's what I want you to look at. And again, it might make sense, it might not. And I want you to take these two things, that whatever came for you about loving yourself and following your heart, and those are what you're going to work on for your next steps. Those are your next steps. It's just to do it. Now I want to talk a minute about steps. We all have to have movement in our lives in order to make changes, in order to live our best life, in order to reach our goals. We have to be moving. So sometimes our steps might be very small because we don't know which way to go, or we're just breaking it down into small steps, and that is enough. Small steps are always enough. Small steps are big steps. Small steps are steps. And sometimes we are at a turning point or a breakthrough where we're just going to take a huge leap of faith. And we may not even, and usually when we're taking leaps of faith, we've got that thrill of, oh my gosh, should I do this? It's scary. But I want to tell you something. Sometimes when you think of those leaps of faith, sometimes when you're so afraid and you're so fearful, that's actually the same feeling as excitement. Think about that. Think about when you're going to do something, but you're really kind of scared about doing it, but you know you have to do it, and you're afraid. And then think about being really excited about something. It's kind of the same feeling. That's kind of interesting. But you just do it. And anybody who is willing to take a giant leap of faith always has a big life change, and it's always for the better. So I highly recommend those leaps of faith when they come along. And a lot of people come to those points and they get too scared and they don't do it. And people who don't take any steps, that just stay paralyzed because they don't know how to do it or what to do next. If you're not making any movement, you're letting fear dictate you and hold you back. And that's your lower self. That's your lower self telling you you can't do it, making excuses. Let me tell you something. We have no more time for excuses. And if you're good at giving yourself excuses, you gotta stop that habit, because your life is not getting any younger. And your life is waiting for you. In fact, it's probably tired of waiting for you. But if you take even little steps, you'll get there. And, I'm going to be putting out some really cool videos on that kind of stuff. So just stay tuned for that. But anyway, the point is you need to start taking some steps and making your life your priority. And I want to tell you something else. When you decide you want something, you have to have a 100% commitment. 100%, not 99% with 1% doubt or 1% fear or 1% I'm not so sure. Because if you have 99% only, you don't have 100%. So you will not get 100% results. And you've got to have a complete yes or better. But if you have a yes with some, well, I don't know, and I can't, and that never happens for me, or whatever excuses, then you don't have a 100% yes or better, and you won't have 100% success. So those are the the three things you absolutely need. You need a 100% commitment, 100%, not 99.9 even. And you need a complete yes or better. And you need to take steps. If you do those three things, you will start hitting your goals. You will start seeing magic show up in your life. You will see your life become in sync with all that you really want to see in your life. And so, write those things down, those three things, and make sure that every day you're doing that. When you start, we all get that fear, or we stop, or things happen. And that's when you want to look at your list and say, am I 100% committed? Am I saying yes or better? And am I taking steps? And if there's any no in any of that, then you have to fix it, align it, and right away and get back on track. And that's how you do it. You monitor yourself and make sure you're doing those three things. You're getting a mentor. You're getting counseling or guidance to help you along the way. Okay, that's so important. And, with help, you can move mountains. So it's time to get out of the excuses. It's time to get out of the, I'll do it tomorrow. It's really time to just stop that stuff, because your life, when you start having enough love and bravery to start living for yourself, your life will change, and you'll be so glad that you just finally did it. Because once you do it once, then the rest of the times become easy, and they actually become really fun. And you really learn how to play the game of life, and you have a lot of fun creating new stuff and living upgraded life and all that stuff. So you just got to get through the first one to make your mark on all the rest that come along. So, you know what? Make yourself a priority. It's time to do that. And you know what? Kids are not a good excuse. I don't throw the kid card out, because it doesn't work. I did it with me being a single mom and having a single mom with a child. Obviously, if I'm a single mom, I have a child. I did it, and I didn't have money either. So I'm not the one to throw the kid card out or the money card out on, because I've been there. If you haven't seen my video from negatively poor to positively thriving, you need to go watch that, because it tells exactly that story. So anyway, it's time to get moving. It's time to get your life on board, online. And you know what? Remember to stop your world sometimes so it can catch up with you, so you can catch up with it. And you can just simply do that by taking a breath and saying, I'm stopping my world and I'm embracing my life right now.